It seemed as if Mara had been defeated, but in fact, he had not yet given up the battle. Now he attacked again.
You who go where no one else will dare. Will you be my god, architect? Finally I have met you. You will not rebuild your house again. But I am your house. And you live in me. O Lord of my own ego. You are pure illusion. You do not exist. The earth is my witness.
The real you is not a puppet which life pushes around. The real deep down you is the whole universe.
So nice. This is my daughter, Athena, the gardenia. It's a nice little plant. They finally got to me, man. They turned me into a tree hugger. I've been doing some thinking, and I've been thinking about how I solve my problems most of the times. When it comes to problem solving, I usually just eliminate myself. If I'm anxious, I just remember that none of this really matters and I'm just a drop in the ocean of the grand scheme of the universe. And if I don't know my purpose, I don't know who I am, my identity changes over time. As I get older, I might grow into who I am. Identity is what we make of it. It's an illusion. But at the same time, you can't just go around saying, I'm an illusion, I don't have an identity. We still got bills to pay. We got mouths to feed. We gotta live in the real world, bro. You can't just Hakuna Matata your way through life. We do have a socially constructed identity that dictates our behavior and choices in life. The things that people have come to expect from us. Most people only interact with each other based on their socially constructed identities. This is where you have the cool kids, the popular kids, where it's like, oh, you don't have that many followers? You're not cool enough to be talking to me. This is called social proof, where most people, before they interact with you, before they get to know you, they want to know who knows you. Like, does other people know you? You know what I mean? Like, they want to know that you have other people around you in order for them to be around you. This is the symptoms of someone who's attached to their social identity, that they can't think for themselves. They need approval from the social group in order for them to make a move, in order for them to live. But there's also a dark side to not having a sense of self. In psychology, this is called a self disorder. A person who has no sense of narrative, reflection, or identity. Instead, the individual experiences a stream of consciousness. This is what happens with schizophrenic people, where they have interfering thoughts, they have visual and auditory hallucinations, and they lose a sense of time because the self is absent. So in a way, we use our sense of self to anchor us to reality. So we know where we're at, we know where we're going, and we know what time it is. On one side, you can be a follower and go along with the socially constructed identity they made for you. Or on the other side, you can be this mad, crazy person that's gone off the grid and have no friends and you're just a recluse. Both of these sound unappealing, but there's a third option, which is the ego's death, the loss of subjective identity. Usually people get here through psychedelics and spiritual practices. An ego's death is basically the end of a desire. The desire to want to have a separate, self-centered existence. It's transcending the desires to want to feel important. A lot of people, they live their lives and they think that they're the most important thing around, that all their problems are the biggest problems in the world, and that everyone should stop their lives to attend to them. This is another self-disorder called narcissism, where people use other people as pawns within their lives just to feel better about themselves. The self is more like a tool that we can use to navigate this confusing life. It's our character, where the more meaning you develop in life, the stronger your character becomes. The journey to mastering your ego can be tricky because you have two extremes. You can either lose your sense of self or you can have an inflated sense of self. The key to life is balance, to have your own level of discernment, because I think that life is really a school. This is one big classroom, okay? And we're here to organize ourselves, to know what's wrong from what's right, to know what's up from what's down, to know what's real from what's fake. I don't care what you think as long as you're thinking.
So when we say to ourselves, you must go on, the reason is, you see, that we are not living in the eternal now, where reality is. We are always thinking that the satisfaction of life will be coming later. Don't kid yourself.